Okay, so for section number 7, we're going to go on the 840 into a mode that's called PAV+. What that stands for is Proportional Assist Ventilation Plus. And it is basically a spontaneous mode that helps to measure the flow to help with the patient's breath. So it allows for better synchronization, both the inspiration, the expiration, the depth of breath, how quickly it terminates, and how frequent the breaths are. So we have a bar that shows our patient's work of breathing, and we can use our percent support to help keep that in a reasonable zone. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. On the vent setup, go to spontaneous, and then on this spontaneous type, we are going to go to PA, continue. Let's see, we have similar settings to pressure control right here. So let's go ahead and just leave those where we were on that PEEP of 15. Our I time, we can leave it at 1 second, that's fine. So let's set our PA support, our percentage of support at 50. We'll leave that there. And we're going to set for 8.0 ET tube. We don't have to actually set the length of tube, it automatically defaults, but we can put the tube type. So if it is a endotracheal tube versus a trach, that's important to put in. And then if we click on this, it says our high inspired spontaneous tidal volume. So let's just say we're shooting for 600 mils. We don't want them to go much higher than 7 or 750, depending on what our patient is. Again, that high peak pressure, we'll just leave that at 40, PEEP of 5, and 65%. Your E-sense, just like you had before, like when we are in our APRV mode, this is measured in liters per minute now versus percent like it was before. That's only in this mode is it actually measured in liters per minute. So remember, this is a spontaneous mode, so you're going to need to trigger the breaths. So let's just accept this, and we can trigger it at a rate of 20. So you can feel it's fairly difficult to trigger, and it's beginning its measurements up here. You can see it says PAV startup, and there's transition to PEEP. So it's measuring, and there is our work of breathing bar. So our total work of breathing and our patient's work of breathing. So say we were shooting for that 600 mils tidal volume, we can adjust our percent support, or we can increase our total pressure. So let's increase our total pressure just to 20 and see what happens. So we went from 250, 300 up to 400, and see we're getting closer to that green zone. We want our patient's work of breathing to be in the green zone. We don't want to make it too hard on them, but we also don't want to make it too easy. So we're right at the beginning. Let's up our percent support maybe to, let's do 70. So again, our volumes are up a little bit. But you see, breath by breath, this changes. So we can use that to titrate and be synchronous with our patient so we can achieve the volumes that we need to and allow for a faster weaning.